Now it's time. It's time to listen to somebody else. Sultan. She is actually director of the accounts of the SMEs and in the Middle East and Saudi Arabia, of course, and for Facebook and Instagram. She's going to talk about one of the most important topics for today, as actually set forth in the program. We call it the digital marketing for SMEs, Facebook and Instagram. And God's peace and blessing be upon all of you, gentlemen. Good morning, everybody. I'm going to talk about the digital market for SMEs. I joined Facebook a year ago, more than a year ago. And I'm actually managing the SMEs accounts in the Middle East, Middle East and North Africa. Of course, I'm concentrating on the Saudi market, and I'm doing my best, of course, to help the SMEs as well through or via digital marketing. And before, of course, I joined in the Facebook, and I was one of the owners of the SMEs as well. And my father is accompanying me today. Is with me, and he is my partner and supporter. And of course, when I got the opportunity, to join, of course, the Facebook, and I wanted to know where I am, actually in a place where I can really, I can actually take the problems that to a good, a high level company, corporate, in a way that really can provide us the big environment so as to grow in our region in general. Of course, I'm waiting for the presentation, and of course, we're going to talk about technology. I'm waiting for, the presentation to come up. And before I joined the Facebook, and I actually, my graduation project in Dublin, in Ireland, and it was about, how you can change a national company into an international company and enterprise. I'm talking about the electronic marketing, digital marketing, and payment problems. Most of the SMEs as well, they work, they long design websites, but of course we face a problem in electronic payment, because of the lack of trust and confidence as well, and the lack of confidence in the means of electronic payment. And thank God, finally, the presentation is on and the projector is working right now. Of course, today I'm going to work about a future proofing. How can you prepare your enterprise and your company as well, so as to co-pace with the trend, with the electronic trend as well, through some of the information and data that we have in the Facebook. And the presentation, of course, is going to be in English. Of course, do you want me to complete in Arabic, or just like to go on translating in English, in Arabic, or to speak in English? Some of the terms, of course, I'm going to explain as well, but I think based on the access to the simultaneous translation services, everybody can understand the content either in Arabic or English. So the session is going to be for an hour, and of course, going to be it's going to be divided into three main sections. The first one, we're going to talk about the shift to mobile, and insights as well. And the second part, we're going to talk about the mobile strategy and the power of the visual content and the personal, customized messaging and going global, of course. And later on, of course, open the floor for questions and comments. If you really have a specific type of questions, I'm going to welcome and take that to the best of my ability. First of all, I'm going to talk about the engine for chain. This little, small, very, very small device, sometimes we underestimate it. Its value as well. Why? Because really, for the importance, the increasing importance of this device that really changed our life upside down, it has become just our purchase, basket. It has become the basket for our purchases, and it has become our personal portfolio and wallet. It has become the wallet that can the purse. It can become the analyzing device, or the analyzing person that device that gives you knowledge and gives you news as well. Good news, it gives you news, and it gives you about the types of commodities and goods as well you want to buy. And now this, with this device, you became a businessman, an investor as well. They have clients all over the world, of course. They can get an access to you anytime, regardless of the time of opening the shops or the stores. The model has been changed as well. The model changed our communication with the people, reaching out with businesses as well, with enterprises. It changed so many things in our daily life. So this change, this this change has changed consumer behavior. And of course, the main motivation was the desire of the individuals as to get a very distinguished experience and very special and special experience as well. And we observed because of having the mobile and and how it changed our life. Of course, four trends we observed, and we take four trends. We observed four trends and that are seen and witnessed in the community, and only in Saudi Arabia, but all over the world. Of course, the first trend and second trend. The first and second trend is the change from the big screen into small screens. The change from big screen. We used to see our emails on laptops. Now we see our emails on mobiles, and we communicate before through emails now with WhatsApp. And movies, episodes, programs, actually from the TV into marbles. We have home theater in a marble home theater, and this is for the first and second trend as well. The third trend, and this trend, of course, very accurate because we need to take this into consideration. If you think deeply about that really that there has been a change. The internet has changed from searching platform into discovery platform. So what I mean by these words, of course, the first time we saw the internet emerging, of course, we were asking questions and then we received the answers. But when we sign in, we knew what we really wanted to search for and want to reach. With the abundance of information, it has become a discovery platform. It has become a place where information flies to me. So as businessmen, you cannot depend on the people who are looking for you through these searching engines. So you need to reach them in the proper time, the right place, based on their interests. And the fourth trend, and of course, I'm going to talk about and later on, of course, I'm going to talk with more details. The fourth trend is the change from the text to the visual images. So for the time being, and now 50% of the information that are used in the internet or circulating on the internet are in form of videos. It's not a matter of articles or writings as well. And I want to know your reaction as well. If you want to learn something new, of course, are you going to read or are you going to watch a video? Half of the people here, just like they actually are in favor of videos. So the number of our viewers is increasing day after another. The mobile or the internet in general, and actually, getting access to people as well was faster, and the radio took 38 years to reach 50 million people, and the TV took 13 years to reach the 50 million people around the world. How many you expect that the mobile has taken to reach 2 years to reach 50 million? Is that what you expect? 2 years. 2 years. Weeks? Oh, weeks? No. Yeah, God willing, maybe we might come up with something new that are going to help us. And the mobile took 10 years to reach 2 billion. 2 billion. And how about how many users of Facebook around the world? 200 billion. 200 million. Yeah. 200 million. And this growth, of course, the internet growth or mobile is not going to stop. By 2020, most of the world will be connected to the internet, and the number of users of the internet in the world, of course, are going to be larger than any time before. And the majority of the users and the users of the internet, of course, they are going to get connected by or via the mobile. And most of the people they have mobiles as well. Saudi Arabia is one of the most on the largest countries of using mobiles. Of course, 61% of the Saudi citizens they have smartphones, and they have smartphones. And in 2018, and the sale, mobiles were sold more than tablets, TV altogether around the world. And in addition, if you were to talk about this growth goes in harmony with the daily consumption of the use of mobile. In America, people spend less time on magazines, newspapers, and printed matters and published as well. 3 years on TV, spend 3 years, and digital in general, of course, 6 hours. They spend 6 hours. And 3 hours out of the 6 hours, of course, with the mobile. In Saudi Arabia, of course, we're consuming, we're using it more than America, of course, from 4 to 5 hours spent on the mobile or smartphones. 1.3. This is the increase rate of using mobile than TV. And there's a joke we'll say in Instagram, of course. And of course, if we have World Cup and using the Instagram, of course, Saudi Arabia is going to be the winner. And our numbers in Instagram, our numbers are shocking as well. The Saudi citizens spend 7 times more on Instagram than the international rate. I don't know if Facebook now. They have become sister companies, Instagram, Facebook, and Instagram. Of course, our percentage of using the video as well is more than 62% the daily video views, and the percentage of time, if it's compared to the rest of the world, of course, is 23%. This means that the people are spending more time on Instagram, using Instagram, and there is a new disease. And it has been actually announced in 2010, nomophobia. Means the fear of that your mobile is not in your hands. How many people of you have this disease? How many of you know that really have this disease? The monophobia. They observed that children in the United States, they were given a question, of course. And what would you like to lose first? Which thing you lose? One of your toes or your mobile? Say one, my little toe and my leg, my feet. And they asked some of the engineers, of course, would you like to? So would you like to give us your mob, or you walk without shoes for a week? Say I would choose to walk without a shoe for a week rather than actually giving or banning my mobile. So every businessman, if he has a small or medium enterprise, he must have a mobile strategy, and it's the marketing mechanism that depends on mobiles, which were based on all the statistics that has been conducted. Statistics, and when you have mobile strategy, where you can use it for digital marketing, using the mobiles, we ask you to think about different things. About 3 things. First of all, think visual. And think the second idea, think immediate and personal. And to send a message, a specialized message as well that can be considered by the person as if it is written personally to him. And finally, of course, think global, think internationally, outside the borders. And we were going to explain the 3 main, ideas as well. And this is an example from Italy. I'm so sad. Why? Because now we didn't have an example from Saudi Arabia. And first of all, look at the marketing as well, and through text, and then through an image, and then through video, and then the last thing, the VR. And all of you are actually watching VR. Why? Because it's more visual. That attracts the attention more than anything else, and makes the person concentrate more. So your marketing message has to be within this perspective. And I'm not going to talk, and I'm not talking about technology or through technology. I'm talking as well in psychological study. The brain, the human brain comprehends and understands the image. Within 13 millisecond. More than and faster than any other content. And I'm going to actually conduct an experiment with you. And of course, what was the image? What was the image? The bus. And what about the color of the bus? What the type? The mark, trademark, Volkswagen, how many seats? 2? You can imagine. Imagine in such a second that really that we're in this second we're going to write everything that you've said, of course. Are you going to read it all? So the image will be faster, much more efficient, and will send more information than the text. So if I try to write down all what you have said, of course, you're not going to read it all. So human brain actually can take the images 60,000 times more than words. And this type of study, of course, been conducted by some of the Emirati universities. The video is more. And when we talk about the shift from the shift of the video, the shift in of the video into the mobile is faster. These are the figures from Saudi Arabia. 85% of the Saudis, they watch videos on Facebook and watch and Instagram rather than watching them on TV. People spend 5 times longer. Watching videos if it's compared to the image. So he's more overwhelmed, and everybody's overwhelmed by the video rather than the image, and the numbers are over increasing as well. If you want to get something important today, you got to learn something. I think this is the most important slide. Not all the videos are the same. Not all the videos are the same. Videos are divided according to time. But of course, and we divided them into Facebooks into 3 sections, and on the go. The idea is that truly that the time of the video is from 3 to 7 seconds. That the videos where you watch these videos where you are waiting the elevator to open, and this on the go. We call this type of videos. And the second one, leaning forward. This is the video where you watch it in the car or just in the back seats in the car. It's time from 7 seconds to 15 seconds. And the last types of videos as well, and leaning back, at home from 20 seconds to above. And of course, we developed the Facebook, and that really suits every type of the customer behavior. We developed a certain kind of mechanism that really suits the customer.
Do you want to switch? Okay. Yeah, okay. 30 minutes.